I was making some content for Patreon the other day and it got me thinking. What's difficult about making money is that we're not taught how wealth is truly built. We're taught, let's say, how to go to school and to get a job, and that get a job you probably end up hating, by the way, but get a job nonetheless, and you're going to work until the wheels fall off, until we're old and gray. And even the stuff online now, the things that we're being stressed and taught to now, it's all about get rich quick, flip this, flip that. It's this quick money reseller mentality. Everything is so short-sighted, whether it's, let's say the old ways or the new school ways. I'm KAKASHI with Kanto Capital, and I make videos talking about my Pokemon card investing journey. So if you enjoy this type of content, make sure you like and subscribe. Also, quick shout out to the patrons. Check out Patreon if you'd like my in-depth views on the hobby and the market, cards I'm watching, Q&A videos, cards I like each month, and plenty more. The link is in the description for that. In this image that you see here, there are 32 of these Pokemon collection boxes, and I paid about $7 a box for these. And before you go crazy on me, just keep in mind that this is long before the 2020 bull market, so you just have to relax a little bit. But back in the day when I got these, this is the type of stuff that no one wanted. These are just your average collection box that has 4 booster packs and a jumbo card and a random promo card, so it's really nothing special. There are booster packs in these boxes like Fates Collide and Evolutions, and at the time these were all considered overprinted sets that really just no one even wanted. It's stuff that you could find this stuff everywhere. You could find them really cheap. You could get a pack or a box of cards anytime you wanted. It's nothing like it was today, or it is today. It's just a completely different time. And I know this sounds really crazy, but that's just the way it was, and that's the way it was even, let's say, just a couple of years ago. The original MSRP on these boxes are about $20, but realistically at the time that I bought them, no one was going to give me $20 for these boxes. And I'd have to sell them for maybe, if I wanted to, let's say, flip them, I probably have to sell them for maybe $15, and I could probably convince enough people to actually take them off my hands. That's the way the hobby was, again, back then. And so I know $7 sounds really cheap as a cost basis, and don't get me wrong, it is very cheap. But it wasn't as insane of a deal as it sounds today, where we can't even find any product on shelves, or at least I still can't find product on shelves. And again, $7, it's a great deal if you wanted to, let's say, just open some packs, or you wanted to casually pick up something or get a gift for someone. But you weren't going to get rich off of this stuff. This wasn't something where, let's say, you could just instantly flip it and make a bunch of money, because it would have realistically been a hard sell, even at $15, which is below MSRP. And if we fast forward to today, these boxes are now worth, on average, about $63 a piece. So the Snorlax is selling for somewhere between $80 to $100, so let's just go right in the middle and say about $90. The Gengar is about $50, and the Dragonite box is also selling for about $50. So if we add it up, average everything out, it's about $63 a box. And at my buy price of $7, that's about 9 times my money off of my original costs. And that growth is equivalent to flipping these boxes 288 times. 32 boxes times 9 times your money equals 288 flips. And that's crazy. The best part to me is that this takes no skill, there's no hustle, none of that stuff. Even if you bought these for a retail price at $20, you still made over 3 times your money. And that's still an average of 50% growth per year. Stupid returns when you consider that this is a very mediocre, some would even say subpar product. And yeah, you could have bought something better, but I think this illustrates so beautifully how you could even buy a mediocre / subpar product and still make average growth of 50% a year. That's incredible. And I think the most important thing that we have to consider is that this is all for doing nothing. You didn't have to talk to anyone. You didn't have to respond to messages on Facebook. You didn't have to deal with jerks on the internet or going back and forth on Instagram DMs. There's no trips to the post office, no packages to seal up, no driving to meet some rando person at a strange parking lot. You just sit there and you look pretty like a thick Pikachu or your favorite waifu, and you would still have made about 50% a year buying a product off the shelf at original MSRP. And yeah, if we go back in time to when I bought these, I definitely could have probably flipped them for a pretty solid profit. These 32 boxes, again, they cost me about $7 each. Let's pretend I sell them for $15. Let's say I meet someone in person, so there's no eBay fees and PayPal fees, and I take cash. And let's just say I double my money. That's great. That is very solid. You make your money, you get in, get out, and you make a few $100s out of it. And again, you can make some very good money flipping Pokemon cards if you know what you're doing. And I'm not going to deny that there's very good money to be made. There is, and that's why a lot of people are doing it and still doing it even today after this craze. But what I don't like about that is that after you, let's say you make the sale and you double your money and you make a few $100s or $1,000 or whatever you do, for me, the problem is that then you have to start the process all over again. Now I have to go and hope I find another deal. We have to look for more product, drive to stores or hunt online, stock websites, stay locked into your Discord groups and your Facebook groups all day or constantly, and figure out, let's say, the delivery schedules and when you can actually get this product. And maybe you might even have to spend a few hours waiting at your local Walmarts and your Targets, your retail stores, just to get the next shipment before the next guy who's trying to do the same thing. And then we start this process all over again just so you can find your next flip or your next resell. Or you could just do absolutely nothing and see 9 times returns on your money for, again, doing absolutely nothing. And don't get me wrong, you can make plenty of money flipping and reselling cards, but it's a grind, it's hard work, it takes time, and unless you're going to start, let's say, a legitimate business, and that's what you're working towards, a scalable, real, or a high volume business, and let's say you're moving tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars of product, it's just really difficult and it's hard to outwork a passive, compounding, long-term portfolio. And I know what some of you are thinking already. Well, Kakashi, there's no way that this box can continue to go up in value. This is not going to become a $80, $100 collection box. It's junk. There's no way. Well, look, here's my answer to that. I have no idea if this box is going to continue to go up in value. I don't know if these will be worth $80 or $100 one day. I have no clue. But this is what factually happened the last 4 years. And if we go back, let's say 10 years and look at sets like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and the last few collection boxes, they have sold for that $500 range on eBay. So there's a lot of history that says that these boxes can continue to go up in value. And so let's see what happens when these collection boxes here go from 4 years old to 10 years old. And here's the part where everyone gets confused, is that we're in this, again, flipper, make quick money, flexing culture. But seriously, look at the price history of the hobby. It's not like I'm suggesting some revolutionary concept. It's not like cards have not gone up in value in the past. Solid purchases in the hobby tend to perform very well. And one of the safest, easiest purchases in the hobby, proven purchases, that has historically always been sealed product. And I think these collection boxes are a perfect example of that. If you have a long-term mindset, it's hard to keep up with a growing portfolio. It's time-consuming to keep hunting for products. It's stressful wondering where your next deal is going to come from. It's annoying dealing with annoying people over and over and over again. And I know we all got to start somewhere. We can't just start throwing in hundreds or thousands of dollars and throw them into Pokemon cards. But if you just bought one of these collection boxes each month and you did that for a couple of years, let's say 2 years, that's only $20 a month. And if you did that for 2 years, you'd have 24 of these boxes. And if you did that and let's say you just stopped because you got frustrated or something came up and you saw that the prices weren't going up and you kind of got tired of doing that and you just threw it into an empty bathroom. I mean, do people do that? Well, if you did that, those 24 boxes are going to be worth over $1,500 today. Just $20 a month. That's it. And if you did the same thing, but let's say you did $100 a month, you'd have over $7,500 in product today. This isn't something impossible that only rich people can do. This isn't something that only evil investors do. You don't need to throw, again, thousands of dollars in right now, just today. Just start investing and start building a solid portfolio. $20 a month, $50 a month, $100 a month, Pokemon, stocks, or real estate, Dogecoin to the moon, I don't care. Just start. I think eventually you want to stop working for your money. I haven't seen too many truly wealthy people trying to flip Pokemon cards from Walmart. Maybe you have, but I haven't. And if you have a picture of, let's say, Rudy at Walmart trying to scout Pokemon cards, share it because I think the people need to see it. I don't know about you, but I like the idea of letting time and letting your money work for you. And that's what wealthy people do. I don't see them flipping and scalping Pokemon cards. What's confusing and it really almost defies logic is that sometimes the hardest thing to do, the absolute hardest thing to do, is to do absolutely nothing. The hardest thing to do is to just buy something, sit there, and be patient, and let your investments grow. That sometimes is the most difficult part. It's the feeling that you need to do more, the feeling that you are not doing enough. It's that urge that you have to go out there and make something happen right now. But what's funny is to keep up with just the growth of these 32 collection boxes, you're going to have to flip products like this hundreds of times just to keep up with the average growth of these 32 boxes that I'm showing you here. Most people hate the idea of trading away your time and your life just to make $1, but yet we continue to do it anyway. And if you didn't figure it out yet, I have more than just these 32 boxes. Investing is a lot harder than you think because it requires something that's not really valued today, and that's patience. What really gets us in trouble is trying to do too much, to try and make slick moves to look good, and what we end up doing is that we end up getting in the way of our own success. It's actually a lot harder than you think to just be patient and to sit idle and let your portfolio grow. It's not easy to just put in $50, $100, $200 a month into a long-term investment and to just let it slowly build over time. It's not sexy, it's not flashy, it's not quick, and it is definitely not easy. Because if it were that easy, everyone would be doing it. I'm Kakashi with Kanto Capital. Like, subscribe, and check out Patreon if you'd like to help directly support the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.